Welcome, UCL fans, to our new UCL video series where I'm going to be going over the top five, and what my opinion is, at least, of the top five plays of the week are for the United Championship League Season 2, this time Week 2. If you do enjoy this video, please leave it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, where I will be doing UCL content videos every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. This week is the first week of our top five series for what we're doing, and special thanks to Univa Knightley, who made the suggestion of doing something like this. Like I said, big shout out to them. If you all do enjoy it, like I said, please leave a thumbs up. And also, don't forget, let me know down in the comments section what you believe are the top five plays that happened this past week in the UCL. So, I don't really have anything to show off for this because I don't know how to really do that. I'm going to try reaching out to the coaches via Twitter and stuff like that, see if they would allow me to get, capture the moments that were huge for the weeks, but I'm not going to do those until I can get permission from them. Because again, I'm not associated with any of the coaches of the UCL. This is just something I like to do for fun. So, at number 5 this week, we'll go to the Bristol City Blazekins for their actions with Mew this week. Mew, of course, had toxic poison and was running very low on health. Managed to survive poisoning for a few more turns and actually get the win for Bristol City Blazekins. It was the last Pokemon. It was very low. Luckily, it had, I think they gave it Roost, I believe, to give it, just that extra bit of health for it. Managed to do enough to recover and actually claim victory for the Bristol City Blazekins. I think the fact that it just survived the poisoning on, I think it was at 5 HP at the end, that just helped them secure the win, obviously, and, didn't expect it to happen, but it was just enough to survive and bring victory basically from the jaws of defeat for the Bristol City Blazekins. So that, again, is my number 5 pick this week. At number 4, we go to the which one was it? The Tucson Terrakions versus the Pittsburgh Pichus this week, where the Pittsburgh Pichus managed to get not one, but 2 freeze hacks on the Gastrodon, both lasting at least 5 or 6 turns. Gastrodon was a mon that was not really prepped for by the Pittsburgh Pichus. They didn't really bring any grass moves to help counter the Gastrodon, because Gastrodon's only weakness really is grass. So they went for freeze, and they actually got the freeze twice. And unfortunately for the Tucson Terrakions coach, the King Nappy, did not plan for any freeze. Did not actually pack Scald, which would have melted the ice, or melted the freeze, and allowed them to actually win. Because of that, it really, slowed down the momentum for the Tucson Terrakions and their newest acquiring via trade, the Gastrodon, their Gastrodon Cindy. So, kind of a sad thing that happened for them. Of course, they end up still, Tucson Terrakions still end up winning the match, but it could have won a lot sooner, I think, had they not had Gastrodon get frozen twice for more than 5 turns. At number 3, we go to our match between the South Beach Slow Kings and the Real Moril, where we have the Mega Latios sweep. Now, Mega Latios was there, had Mega Evolved gotten up I think it was a Dragon Dance, I think it was, for it, and just completely, or no, was it a Dragon Dance or Calm Mind? I can't remember which one. Do I have it written down in my notes? It was, no, I can't write down what it was. I think it was Calm Mind. It was a Calm Mind sweep for the Mega Latios. It was going up against, as well, which was very interesting, going up against a Togetic. And, you would think, the South Beach Slow Kings would have put, a Fairy Stab move on it, give it a Flying Stab, give it a Fairy Stab, and Fairy, of course, being able to, is immune to all Dragon-type moves, would have done really well against the Mega Latios, but it only looked like the only move that they had on it was Psychic. It was the only move going off, so it was able to set up and just completely sweep the rest of the South Beach Slow Kings. So being able to set up and sweep was just a big loss for the South Beach Slow Kings, but brings us to our number 3 moments or play of the week. At number 2, we have the Combine Cresselia forcing the Long Island Reggie Rockies to forfeit after taking out 4 Mons. It was one of those things where it came down to Cresselia being the last Mon for the Newcastle Nido Kings, and it was able to set up a combine and completely decimate the Long Island Reggie Rockies. It would have knocked out 5 Mons if it weren't for the fact that they forfeit when they sent out the last Mon from the Long Island Reggie Rockies, because the last one they had was their Hippowdon, whose moves were, I believe it was Slack Off, Whirlwind, Stealth Rocks, and Earthquake. Earthquake, of course, cannot touch Cresselia because Cresselia has Levitate. But once it was able to start getting up Calm Minds, it just completely decimated the Long Island Reggie Rockies. It was the last Pokemon. They still had 5 left, and they tried everything they could, going with flinches and, everything that they could, but it just wasn't enough, and unfortunately, they were forced to, forfeit. But it was a great, Cresselia sweep in a way at the end. Really great play. Again, that's why it gets up to number 2 this week. And finally, at number 1 is the Mega Charizard X, who managed to take a Stone Edge and actually come back and completely sweep the opponents for the Grand Canyon Greninjas, which was the Manchester Magnezones. The Manchester Magnezones managed to knock down the Grand Canyon Greninjas to all but 2 Mons left. And so they brought in the Mega Charizard X. There weren't any Stealth Rocks up, luckily. The Manchester Magnezones were hoping, I think, that the Mega Charizard X would go for a Dragon Dance, so that way they can bring in the only Mon that could outspeed the Mega Charizard X, which was their Mienshao, and deliver a Stone Edge. A Stone Edge being, of course, super effective against it. However, the Stone Edge did not knock it out. It left the Mega Charizard X with just a sliver of health, and then Mega Charizard X was able to Dragon Claw its way and completely sweep the rest of the Manchester Magnezones, team. So Grand Canyon Greninjas going from a potential 6-0 loss to a 2-0 victory just because of one move and being able to, it was either a low roll or it was a lot of defense investments. We don't really know, but it was a great moment for the Grand Canyon Greninjas, and one that definitely stood out in my mind, and which is why it is number 1 this week. So that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this new series. Again, let me know down below what you think of it. In addition to that, what you believe are the top 5 moments that happened in the UCL for Week 2, Season 2. I will be back next week with another top 5 video moments. Like I said, I'll be trying maybe see if I can get permission to use video clips from it. I'll see what I can do for it. But thank you all very much for watching. Thank you all for checking out the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more UCL content throughout the season. So thank you all very much again for watching. Take care and goodbye.